If you start getting frightened of it, then you make it worse. Because you project onto it all kinds of bogies and threats which don't exist in it at all. Whenever you meet a ghost, don't run away. Because the ghost will capture the substance of your fear and materialize itself out of your own substance. And will kill you eventually. Because it will take over all your own vitality. So then, whenever confronted with a ghost, walk straight into it, and it will disappear. We've got to survive. You must survive.
We are Ghost City.
Greetings, citizens of the world. We are back with some police reports from Operation Payback in the Netherlands. The fight against corruption between police and Hells Angels. These stories what you are going to hear are just a tip of the iceberg. Here we go. According to NL-Times.nl, CRIMETOP stories: corrupt Limburg cop paid 300,000 to leak police info. A 50-year-old Limburg police officer was paid €300,000 to distribute the license plates of police surveillance cars among criminals, according to newspaper De Limburger. According to the newspaper, the cop is on a serious criminal's payroll. The suspected officer is head of a base unit in Zuid-Limburg's Westelijke Mijnstreek, which is how he had access to the license plates of surveillance cars. By circulating that information in the criminal underworld, criminals were able to avoid the police. The Limburger bases its story on the report by an undercover officer. He paid €1,500 for an extract of the list of license plates. He also managed to gather information on himself from within the criminal world. This corruption within the Limburg police came to light during an investigation into the assassination of Sven Prins. The man from Brunsum was gunned down in Heerlen on September 25 last year. 2 police officers from Limburg were arrested in August. This 50-year-old cop from the Westelijke Mijnstreek and a 25-year-old officer from Heerlen. The public prosecutor refused to comment on this matter as the investigation is still ongoing. Another report states a 50-year-old police officer who is suspected of leaking police information has also been linked to 2 attempted assassinations, the public prosecutor announced on Tuesday. The attempted assassinations happened on December 29, 2014 and March 1 of this year. The prosecutor did not say who were the targets or where they happened. In the interest of the investigation, the prosecutor will make no further statements. The officer was one of 2 Limburg cops to be arrested on August 8, on suspicion that they leaked police information. The man was released by the court on August 25. The public prosecutor appealed successfully and he was re-arrested on Friday. The man was head of the base team for the Westelijke Mijnstreek. Suspicions about him arose during an investigation into the assassination of Sven Prins in Brunsum last year September. Last week Limburg media reported that the suspected cop received €300,000 for leaking police information to criminals. Another report states members of the Limburg underworld are threatening former Kerkrade detective Mike D. 40, with death. His lawyer Piers said to the Telegraph. D. is currently under a criminal investigation for selling confidential police information to criminals. According to the lawyer, the threats started after D. was arrested in January last year. D. spent dozens of days in custody, first in Eindhoven and then in the Roermond prison. During that time he received several letters saying that he will be killed. He was also threatened and intimidated by criminals within the prison wall. He was eventually transferred to another section of the prison, according to the newspaper. D. confirmed the death threats to the Telegraph, saying that he kept them to himself because he fears reprisals. I definitely do not want to create pity, but it did happen. I was not sure of my life, the former detective said to the newspaper. The lawyer will draw attention to this matter during the trial. D. is not the only police officer suspected of leaking information from within the Limburg police. On Monday another 2 were arrested. Another report states one of the 2 Limburg police officer arrested on corruption charges in August sold a couple of police uniforms and a police radio signed into the internal police communication system C2000 to criminals, one Limburg reports based on reliable sources. According to the newspaper, the police officer got €7,500 for the uniforms and radio. The public prosecutor in Limburg refused to comment on the matter. Having access to the police communication system enables criminals to keep track of where officers are by listening in on officers' communication with each other, the police office or the monitoring center. And police uniforms makes it easier to commit a crime unhindered and to flee unnoticed. And people, this is just tip of the iceberg. The corruption in the district Limburg in the Netherlands has reached its limits. It is no longer a conspiracy that the targeted individual from Kerkrade Limburg is delusional. All these facts shows us that there is more than gangstalking alone. It's a huge organized criminal gang. Anonymous, we ask you to arm force against the Dutch government to make an end on this corruption. The people are not safe anymore, not with cops and not with gangs. We are anonymous. Expect us.
We are Ghost City.
If you start getting frightened of it, then you make it worse. Because you project onto it all kinds of bogies and threats which don't exist in it at all. Whenever you meet a ghost, don't run away. Because the ghost will capture the substance of your fear and materialize itself out of your own substance. And will kill you eventually, because it will take over all your own vitality. So then, whenever confronted with a ghost, walk straight into it, and it will disappear. You've got to survive. You must survive.